Hello and welcome to the Light Language channel. My name is Charlie and the energy of this video is a little bit low today, but I just want to show you something real quick because I kind of love it. Just gonna, yep, yep. I'm just saying, once I saw Robin wearing it in Stranger Things, I knew it was gonna be merch. I didn't go looking for it, but a date night last night to a mall and a box lunch because that store is kind of awesome. We never really buy anything, but it's fun to look at, like all the stuff. And this was there, and I didn't want to buy it because it's not cheap. And then Randy did like a, no, I'm gonna buy it because you clearly love it. And I was like, thank you, I do love it. I mean, it's also kind of like it's embroidered. Obviously, I'm not sponsored, but like I loved it when I saw it on Stranger Things, okay? I loved it when I saw it. I knew I was gonna buy it. Now it's in my life. Things are the only thing that's kind of making me happy right now. Apparently, that's kind of where I am. Um, Not tremendously, but it's definitely been a year, and as I'm ending this year without, you know, I say without a lot of tangible stuff, that's so not fair to what I've actually done this year. So you know what? Just sit back and relax. I'm just going to tell you a few numbers and a few things and a few just like, hey, this year I tried to be a professional Akashic record reader. Like any business, it, it hasn't gone great. It hasn't gone great at all. Um, my capacity for marketing is it's there, but it's kind of low. And also, I've been healing and integrating and doing a lot, a lot. And I'm just kind of feel like sharing this so that you will take a look at what you've done this year and stop beating yourself up so much about not getting whatever giant goal you had done and just fucking celebrate the shit that you did do. At least a little. So, okay. Started this year, made the website, made the LLC for Soul Harmony Connection. Um, got out of my Akashic Record Reader training program with a certification and like the teacher, it's Laura Coe, it's the Little Soul School. She was like, I can't speak for her, but she seemed impressed. Okay, she seemed impressed with what she did. And the entire month of January, February, and March, I was booked solid from fellow students, but I was booked. I was doing two to five readings per day every day. It was a lot of readings. Way too many readings. Don't do that many readings if you're just starting out. Oh my God, it's so much. It's so much for your body. And then I went into the Book Doula's book incubator program to, well, I kind of shifted gears and I turned off my free readings. Um, just continue to do a handful of them with certain individuals that we kind of, we clicked, right? We clicked in a way that was very like, oh, we kind of read records in very similar ways, and let's keep this up. Let's keep going with this. But I really wanted to shift trajectories and market my Akashic record reading business, but really focus on writing because what I've seen online, everything that I've sort of seen from folks who are professionals is a little bit in order for folks to take you seriously, writing is an avenue for that. It's a way to get some legitimacy. It's a way to get some of this out. Um, and so I set out to write and also just to write because I'd always wanted to. I've always wanted to write and publish books. Always, always. Nonfiction for sure, also fiction, kind of working on that now. And I went through that program. By the time I was done, I had already written and self-published a book, and then another one came out a couple months after that. I'd mostly written. It was sort of like I was writing the memoir, and then in the middle of the memoir, I was like, "Wait, hold on, this chapter, no, it needs to be its own thing." And then it became its own thing, and it's like a self-help book, but with a gamified twist, with also a little bit of quantum physics thrown in there for good measure. It's silly. It doesn't really have a niche that it doesn't really fit on any particular bookshelf. And yeah, no one's bought it, but I made it. I have it. I have it in hardback form, and it's on PDFs on my website. If you would like it, you get it for free if you sign up for my Patreon. You get both books for free, actually. In addition to just everything else that I've put out on there. I've got the Oracle deck, and then obviously Miriam's Quest itself, which is continuing weekly. Deeply proud of that. My God. Um, and I've made all of these videos, and yeah, obviously you could argue that they're not quality or they're not very good. You can see my camera. It's it's not very professional. Yeah, I know. And I'm still in the process of determining if there is a more stable uh, way in which this content comes out because yeah, it's there's a lot. There's a lot that comes out of me on a regular basis. I've really not known where to put it. And it's so interesting to me that we're at the end of the year. I I have over 100 posts on my fractal life. Um, I did the memoir and a Substack for the memoir that has an additional 18 posts because they're all just quantum physics. Because the memoir is like my own story, but it's my own story through the near death experience, through my own becoming, basically, as a new alter formation inside of a brain with dissociative identity disorder, and then their subsequent integration, and just all of what that was, and what I managed to see in this in between space that I spent time in during a multi-day trance channel state, during multiple multi-day trance channel states. And it's a little weird, and it's a little all over the place, and it is what it is. I just wanted so badly to get it out and get it just written that I just did. I just did. And I'm really proud of the fact that I did. I don't really care if it's good or not. I genuinely don't because it's a story that's so niche anyway. I didn't want to I didn't want to spend 2 years writing it and then 3 years shopping it around to see if somebody would eventually buy it. I just wanted to take ownership of it and do it. And I did. Like, score. Okay, awesome. I know how to do this poorly, but I know how to do it, right? Um, and then I took a, swing at writing a couple kids books. So I did that. Um, also they're on the website. They're free. They're just little curriculums for if teachers would want to talk to students about AI. Just a way to introduce the conversation. Go look at them if you want. They're fine. They're fine. I'm proud of them, but um I'm proud that I did them, right? Because I've still been in this like, what am I doing? What am I doing? With the writing in particular. And with this, I've largely known what I'm doing. I had stories that I wanted to get out, had self expression things that I just wanted to share, kind of wanted to do my little work from home stint on Broadway. Right. Or sorry, very, very, very off Broadway. Improv theater for people who definitely don't want improv theater. Kind of. A little bit. A little bit. That's what I've been doing here. And this has resulted in over 100 like episodes of a thing. And I attempted to do some live stream stuff that felt weird, so I stopped. I've channeled in messages from entities that I'm still in the process of kind of understanding and detangling because I'm you know I check in and I watch things from other channelers, especially the folks that I feel like at this point, if you're on YouTube regularly and you're kind of consuming this content, there's some big players, right? There's some people that we all sort of know and follow, and there's sort of that shared language piece that I kind of at this point try to keep up with, just so that when I do feel ready to dip my toes more into spiritual spaces and spiritual communities, like I kind of haven't been, I'll feel more comfortable and more confident just talking, right? Just having conversation, like, oh yeah, like, well, like when Lee Harris was blah blah blah, and when I did initiation, and Kelly Kalodny, that, like, it's helpful. It's helpful to have shared YouTubers to start conversations. Um, uh, that maybe that's just a super neurodivergent thing. I don't know, but that's how I talk. I talk in terms of like pop culture icon I can relate to, right? that we can maybe have some sort of shared something with. Um, 'Cause it's just easy. It's just easy. And I myself have been kind of avoiding bigger community building opportunities beyond like take this class, go to this school, do the, sort of just because I have been in this very constrained, constricted, like space. And my goals, especially just where I live now, starting new friendships or building new relationships with people is really, it feels weird and feels kind of like you're lying to people a little bit when the bigger goal that you have is to get out. That's a big goal I have. I don't want to live here. This was a mistake. I mean, it wasn't a mistake. This was a divinely orchestrated, period of isolation and crumbling. This was my tower, right? Like being here is just tower card. Whole time in this state, tower card. I moved here and died a week later. Literally. Kate got into this house, I died a week later. We died a week later. And it it hasn't gotten much better since. I've tried. I've tried so hard. I just this isn't where I want to be. And so I've been like I started all of last year really did try to build up relationships with people, friendships with people, and it started working pretty well. Like literally, I'm in Mensa, and so I joined like the local chapter here, and within like two meetings with some people, they were coming up for like elections for the next people to be in charge of the chapter or whatever. And there was like an open slot for one of the spots, and I was asked like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I met with some of the people that were going to do it. I ultimately decided I did not want to do it, honestly, because of some people I just didn't want to be spending every month with after all of the shit that I had already dealt with here, and was just like, you know what? I've decided I don't want to be here anymore, and I don't know. Right? No. Um, so I've definitely tried, and I can see where I'm capable of stepping into something, and even I guess taking on more very quickly. That's a thing I'm trying to like put down is like the show up to a new place and people can smell that you don't understand the dysfunction of what's going on, so they're like, ooh, come join us, lead this thing. And why am I on this rant? This feels very unnecessary because I feel like I've burned a lot of bridges even since I've been here, and it's not been intentional. It's just been I agreed to things because I thought other things were what they meant, and once I learned more, I didn't really want to do it or be here. And that's not fair to every person I've met. I've met a lot of really wonderful people here, and I've met a lot of really wonderful people in Mensa in that group. I just no, thank you. Not right now. That's kind of it, right? Like sometimes we're just in these periods of not right now, not right now, not when you know that you're going through a huge transition. It's not the time to take on a leadership role in an organization you just joined, or making, new friendship connections, or yeah, joining somebody in a business that you got really excited for until you actually like took a minute and you were like, wait, oh, I need to stop agreeing to things just because I'm excited. Need to take a minute and realize where I fucking am. Where I am has been in this 2 year basically period of breakdown, just breakdown. Everything, everything going. And yeah, makes sense, right? You're a snake, you shed all of the skin, all the things that do not serve you. Uh, I'm still I'm still in this place of being both deeply hopeful that everything I'm being told and everything that I see from others is actually true, and like pivots will start happening and things will start actually changing for the better in my life, not just be a constant continued struggle. And also, I kind of just feel like practical side of me is kind of just bracing for more hard, more hard. Because I have taken to writing so much on Substack, at least every time something hard happens, I have content. So I've got that going for me. And, it's. No, Substack hurts too because I do have a handful of folks who read. Um, but when you pour so much of yourself into something and your numbers don't grow, it hurts. It really does. It hurts. Even when you tell yourself over and over again, no, no, I'm a speakeasy. Nobody knows about me. That's the point. And Spirit's like, you know that doing things in obscurity is actually helpful because then you find your own voice. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but like it would be nice if I actually just felt like anything I said mattered. That's kind of where I am. Sort of this feeling of, has any of this been relevant to anyone but me at all? At all, at all? And then I remember other folks that I do get posts from. And yeah, sometimes I'll get a post, oh my God, like I follow someone, her name's Maggie, and it's Finding the Flotsam, if you're curious about looking it up on Substack. I feel like when I get a post from Maggie, because of how heart-centered it is, and she's a coach and totally intuitive, does things with tarot, like she's awesome, among other things. But I feel like when I read her stuff, it not only unlocks something inside of me that just gives me those full body, like, yes, feelings, but then I almost immediately have to go write something too. I love it. And it's the kind of writer that I want to be. And I have no way of knowing if that's who I am. And I don't think so. I don't think so yet. I don't think so. I want it to be. I want for anything I put out into the world to literally just be something that inspires someone to do something good for themselves. That's all I want. That's all I want any of my stuff to be. That's what any of these videos are. It's my story, but it's my story. I mean, well, like our stories, but it's me putting myself out here in as authentic a way as I can to entertain, but hopefully also to just spark anything, anything that's heart centered, anything that's high vibration, anything that's elevated, anything that just does that. That's why sometimes there's lots of talking, and it's why sometimes there's like a 3-minute song telling you to go the fuck outside, right? Like that's that's me. And I do think that there's more channeling in my future and more meditation type things because sometimes they just come out. They just come out sometimes. But the intention of anything that I do is truly just, I feel this spark of inspiration in this moment. And the spark of inspiration is because I know that there is someone who could see it. Not even just the will, because let me tell you about just I'll tell you about this and then I'll leave. I'll go do my own thing. You go do your own thing. But I tried an experiment this fall by talking to my mother-in-law. There's one video on it. It's on the channel. It's Hey Kathy. I had I had aspirations and goals of it becoming a thing that actually got supported in some way. Just because I let myself play in that space and try it, it went nowhere, but I tried. Story of my fucking life, right? I went nowhere, but I tried. I have, oh my God, I'm gonna get to the afterlife and there's just gonna be a litany of shit where I'm like, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this. And believe me, those motherfuckers are gonna listen to every single thing I tried. We're gonna go through my life review and it's just gonna be a sea of things that I tried that didn't work. and they're all gonna have to listen to it. That's what my afterlife is. So get ready, y'all, because I'm not done trying. I'm just gonna keep on doing it. However many more years I've got, I'm just gonna keep trying. Just gonna keep going. Sorry, the southern comes out when I get really animated. Anyway, um, sorry, I'm sorry. Sometimes the southern comes out. Oh man, now I'm here. Now I can't get it off. Okay, all right. Well, here's the thing. God damn it. All right. I'm at least going to talk about my mother-in-law now for a second because I tried doing these weekly videos to her where I just talked to her, just like I am to you now, but where she was the only recipient of the video. And something really fascinating happened for me when I did that because it was a future potential, so future timeline where she actually saw it. And every time I did that, I didn't have a plan going into the videos. I just let it flow. I let whatever come out come out. And my cadence in talking changed. I did kind of, she doesn't like when I talk fast. It's a lot. I know it's a lot for anybody, but it's a lot. And so my cadence slowed down a bit. And what it was that I talked about was just our life. I'm trying to share some like updates about her son and myself. I was really trying to get her to understand me because we'd never talked ever. Been in part of this family for like 20 years, but it's not a family of people that talk. So she didn't know she didn't know about the DID. She didn't really know about the near death experience, although kind of did, but not really. She definitely didn't know about the Akashic record reading stuff, didn't know about the channeling, like she just didn't know about any of it. And I kind of figured she wouldn't care, but I just was trying to finally just tell her who I am if she wanted it. So anyway, I did these videos from August until November. I ended it before December, yeah. Um, Weekly videos. I just talked to her as a person who would be seeing it, so timeline where she actually saw it. Um, and what came out during those videos was love. I just talked to her from this place of deep love for her. And I do love her. Uh, uh, I can just also tell you, here's what she said. I think I might have even pulled this up in, I think I already talked about this in another video, but um, 2 days after I sent the final video, that I'm not even sure if she watched that one. Mind you, this was at least 15 videos that I'd sent her. I just get this text and it goes, well, okay, some of the videos I couldn't get to open, but I did watch some, one or two, maybe three. Hope you're not upset with me. She just didn't watch them. And like she had some, but she also hadn't communicated that she couldn't open them. She hadn't mentioned nothing. She just didn't care, which I'm not surprised by at all. And yeah, like it was unsolicited videos anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour long of just me talking to her. Like I get why she wouldn't want that. What's the point of this particular conversation that I got into? I don't know why I felt the need to talk about this. Oh, just things that I've tried because that was me sort of trying to, I was gonna say like bridge my way into a relationship with her a little bit, but it was kind of me trying to see, is anything about what I do something that not just she would like, but someone like her would like? And the answer is no, not at all. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And I think I was trying to have an outlet for just a place to talk to someone who was kind of coded as mom to me because I really, really needed to talk to a mom, and I don't have any. I don't have any. I have a birth mom, I have an adopted mom, I have a mother in law. None of those are people who want me in their life. So, yeah. Uh, Yeah. So I used a potential future where I believed that she would actually watch the video, and it did kind of uplift me a lot when I was having those conversations. Um, Even though the reality of it was sad and very telling. It's hard not to take how people treat you as everything, you know? I don't disagree that I'm a lot. I have many examples of how that's true. Um, I also like my content. I watch them. I watch my videos. Uh, I do it kind of so that I can feel like, oh, you little nerd. All right, put it online. At least the first time. I then feel very cringy about it after the fact, and I'm like, I don't want to watch it again. No, thank you. I don't want to see it again. No, now it feels weird, and I feel weird, and I feel self conscious, and I don't. I wish I hadn't put it on there. I wish I had just kept silent and stayed in my little hole. But in this time when I'm not making personal physical connections, and I'm just putting myself out into the everywhere in the hopes that I'm connecting with someone or many someones who, I don't know, do you feel weird like me? Are you going through a spiritual awakening and also neurodivergent and you're like, yeah, some of these experiences feel like they're a little bit elevated for some of us. Just a little. Feel weird complaining about it. No one wants to listen to it, but um yeah. Yeah. And truly, maybe no one wants to listen to it. Look at my view count. Nobody really wants to listen to me. Not nobody, obviously. I'm just checking in with guides real quick because I feel like I've gone in a few different directions, and considering that every time I make one of these videos, my husband's comment about this type of content being torture for him rings in my head. It's just, yeah, I question why I do this. I do. Until I sit down and do it, and it feels nice because I'm talking to a future potential person. I can sense and feel the level of I see you that radiates from your heart. I can feel it on the side of the screen. I can feel it in your past. Well, both of our past now. I'm filming this on the 13th of December. Continuing to send all of these videos into my own future in the continued hope that by the time someone else sees it, something has changed. It's sort of what I'm doing at this point. Anyway, I'm not even really sure how much longer this particular channel is going to be active, or the other one that I have. I think it's going up Wednesday, or by the time this is out, it'll already be out on Zuzu and Proxy and Charlie and Guest. Things are just feeling off the rails for me a little bit. Not that there ever were rails. There just was a bunch of, I don't know, let's try it. I don't know, let's try it. This feels good. Let's try it. What do they say? Things always feel the most hopeless before a breakthrough happens. I call bullshit on that personally, just because of how things have gone for me so far. Every time I have had that feeling too, like, oh, surely I'm on the cusp. Surely it'll change. Surely. I know, I know. Don't call you Shirley. I know. This is where I am. I'm making old jokes for no solid reason. Okay, so here's one thing I will say I do want to do at some point. Maybe I will do it. I'd like to try my hand at stand up, spiritual stand up, um, work from home spiritual stand up. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe that'll be a special I do. I'm so tired of having ideas. Are you tired of having ideas? You are, right? You're exhausted. You're like, I keep feeling hopeless, and then I have another idea, and then I'm like, damn it, all right, I'll try this next thing. Yeah, same, same. Well, here's hoping that your ideas are actually full of fruitful outcomes and that the next thing that you try really does work. I really hope that for you. I really do. Um, I hope that everybody who keeps, you know, coming across my screens and the guidance that I get are actually fucking right for once. Okay, fine. You, I guess, haven't been wrong, but you've also just been very misleading. The constant, it's coming. Ugh, ugh. Trust the divine timing. I don't trust the divine timing. Yeah, I know. That's why we tell you to trust. Yeah, yeah. Well, from one reader to another, I'm sorry that life is shit too. And I really, really appreciate that whatever it is that I'm providing you on here is something that you are enjoying on a regular enough basis to keep coming back. And if you do feel so compelled to share anything that I've put out just somewhere because you want to see who else might be inspired by it, please do. Um, and if you, yeah, if you want an Akashic Record reading, um, anything mediumship related, more than happy to help. Um, Website's in the description. Um, I'm still keeping things off of the website for December, like just booking of readings, but email me. I can either send you someone else's information or just email me. Yes, I'm trying to refocus a few things, but also I do have the time. Let's just be clear. I have the time, and I'm more than happy to provide you with whatever it is that would be helpful, especially this time of year. Good grief. Tis the season for feeling like shit. So, all right. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and yeah, we'll talk soon. Okay. I'm not going anywhere yet. It just, I don't know. I don't know. So, okay. Bye. Love you. Yeah. Corbin says bye too. I'm over there.